Hello Leo, and welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower channel. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, the new concept for a new paradigm, please go into the links below and you will see loads of things to explore. Happy exploring. Let's go straight into it. I'm putting see what's going to be happening in your coming week. So the Queen of Pentacles, that's the third sign to get the Queen of Pentacles. I've only done 4. Okay, so this looks like a really nice journey already. Okay, everything coming in, suns and roses, apart from on the material front. So that seems a little bit sticky. We'll have to find out what's going on there on that sort of front. And more sort of caution than anything else by the looks of things. And it's obviously starting of a journey that you're supposed to be going through. Wow, look, Death card, a Page of Cups. Let's just see what's in your middle. And the 9 of Pentacles. So, this is your spiritual side, this is your material side, and this is your inner being, the overall energies of what's going on. So we have, on your spiritual side, a very sure beginning. Your path this week is actually falling in love with life by the looks of things, everything that is involved with it emotionally, that sort of family, friends, community, animals, nature, just life itself. Apparently this week here is what it's all about. And what the universe is asking you there with that Queen of Pentacles is sort of asking you to, get involved, but just remember who you are. Stay firm within your knowledge, within your own security. She's a really powerful queen sitting there on her throne. She's got her pentacles, she's got her money. She's sitting at the base of Tree of Knowledge. So maybe there's something for you to bring into that community, bring into that group of friends or that family or stuff like that. After that, you've got the 4 of Pentacles. Now, the 4 of Pentacles, this is where your guides are trying to influence your environment around you. Spend wisely, not overspend. So, but spend. Invest. But don't invest in things that are really not worth it. This is on the emotional side, spiritual side. So as you invest in your community, your friends, your family and stuff like that, invest wisely. You don't have to be just nice to people just for being nice. Some people do need other people to turn around and sort of say, no, that's as far as you go. So then they can learn something. You're not saying it because you don't like them or you think you want to do them harm. It's more of a case of realizing it's a little bit like the 9 of Wands, a little bit sort of barriers sort of things. But being wise of how you invest your time and money into the community around you. That's what your guides are trying to create in the coincidences that are around you. The guides that are helping you with that conversation within yourself, it's encouraging you to get involved in the family. It's encouraging that, basically. The 10 of Cups. You have pure happiness on your agenda this week. Pure happiness of love. An integration into the community. That's what you've got, Leo, on the spiritual front. And it will end up and leave you with a start of a journey where you can actually really dream that miracles are possible. You might have you might be swept off your feet a little bit by the whole idea of being in that community and being in that love. So on the physical front, the universe is sort of saying, okay, don't burn too much the midnight oil. That's what it's saying. If you're working too hard, Leo, work smart, not hard. Yeah. And there might have been a lot of changes within your life, or you might be wanting a change. And it may not feel like what you're living now is what you used to live. And how it really used to bring you, obviously when we look back behind, like I grew up in London, right? And whenever I look back at London, I've got nothing but sheer beautiful love for the place. if I was to be living there now, and I've been living there, and if I was living there for the last 15 years, I may not have the same point of view. When we look at things in behind us, we tend to only remember the good times. There's some bad times that do stick around, but generally we only tend to remind us of the good times. And maybe your path this week is, with that love coming through on the spiritual path, or that feeling of community and love in community, maybe it's a case of, on this sort of side, is actually trying to develop that old sort of sensation that you've had within you. It could mean a new opportunity coming back on the on your horizon, something that you might have been doing years ago that you actually love, that actually is coming back onto the table. That might be for some of you. It might be that sort of case. And it might be a good change from what you've had in the past, because the universe is trying to say to you, it's time to change gear, sort of thing. And your guides here is sort of saying, let's go on a journey in order to rediscover that. How similar are those two cards there? How similar are they? Obviously, one is a young couple and the other one's an old man like me, and it's the whole idea of, you may feel like you're getting that within your spiritual path, and then you're kind of going to say, well, in that case, I want it in my material life. I want it in my job. I want it in my business. I want it in my projects. I want it. So you might have to go on a bit of a journey. That's what if you want it, you've got to go and get it. And that's what the journey is all about. It may be, for some of you here, this is not for everyone, but it may be a case that the universe might be saying to you, you might be a little bit homesick. And it's sort of saying, do you remember how good it was where you used to live? And like me when in London. I do have moments I kind of go, I'd love to live back in London. And then I get to London, and then after about 3 or 4 weeks of being in London, kind of went, no, in fact, I don't want to live in London. I love London. It's a brilliant place. So, it may be that where it's asking you to go back to where you came from, or journey back. That's what it seems to be. Some of you sort of pining for the old ways of, and that may be a bit of a journey, and that may signify as well the end of a cycle. This is what you might have rundling around in your mind. It might be a case of kind of going, I'm fed up with this job. I want to go back to doing whatever I did before. It might be as simple as that. And that's the death and rebirth. So it's the death of that old cycle that you don't like anymore, and you want to move on to new things. And if you do, then pigs might fly. You might get your miracles. Time to wish. Time to put it out there, Leo, by the looks of things. And within you, you probably feel the time is right. And if you do feel the time is right, trust that. That's what the universe is trying to encourage in you. Trust that feeling within you. Know thyself. If you do that, then in the coming weeks, it's very possible. So, for other people on this sort of side, it might be a case of you're looking for love, or you're looking for a thing. But in order to do that, you're going to have to invest a little bit, invest wisely. Not necessarily invest money in something, but invest in your time, wisely in community activities where you might find a love. But you've got to start going there before you find them. So that might be for some of you there. So let's just have a clarification. Let's just see what's going on here. Let me just bring up sorry about this. I'm just going to bring up your Astroflower so I can see the elements as well, which are playing through your thing. And yeah, this here, you got earth and water on the outside, fire and air on the inside. Really good for you at the moment. This is a really good card. So it's a really good week to invest in your emotions, in your emotional path, and everything else is playing beautifully on this side. Even on this side as well, it's got to be said. Yeah, this should be a good productive month for you, Leo, and you should seize on this productive month. That's why you've got the nine of Pentacles in your center of you, because you can really bring it on. So, Page of Pentacles. So yeah, there is a learning curve of what you invest your time in. This is apparently what that's talking about, and it's trying to pull you. Both sides are trying to make your path so it's emotionally. Look, 10 of Cups and the Sun. Are you joking me? This is the start of your path to pure happiness by the looks of things this week. It's a long path. Knight of Pentacles. It's a long path, but you're definitely going to get there. You're definitely going to get there. Sow those seeds that you can reap for the harvest of in the future. So whatever you're doing, make sure you invest in yourself. Yeah. Let's just see how those two are connected. So we've got the King of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Pentacles now on your spiritual path. Complete and utter unison. And it could be, you could find your unison when you invest in going out and about and being social. Yeah. Let's see what's going on the spirit, on the physical front, the material front. So Knight of Wands. So the healing process can sometimes be sort of taking it easy, taking time out, having a bit of me time. That could be healing. But also healing could be a case of deciding not to hurt yourself anymore. If you decide you're not hurting yourself anymore, then the cuts or the pains can actually start healing. And moving on that journey, the Knight of... Because you've got two knights on the both. So it's obviously this week is going to be a on your marks, get set, go month. Week, sorry, for you, Leo. And, you know, don't forget to, from where you've come from. And wishing on a star. Everybody's got the star this week. I haven't had a sign that hasn't had the star yet. So, yeah, your wishes can come true. It'd be nice to see if the magician came out there. You know, it'd be nice. No, but justice, which is pretty good as well. So being just with yourself when you start that journey. It's a little bit on this side. It plays into that sort of wisely spend yourself. And it's just being just that you do need to go on that journey. And as I was saying, it could be a case of like that job is no longer good for you. Yeah. And because there needs to be a fair exchange. And this is what the start of that journey, you're going to sort of say, you might, one of the realizations is kind of saying, I'm being soaked over at the moment. I'm working like a dog and I'm getting paid really rubbish money. It's not a fair exchange. And that might be the tipping point that starts you off on that journey, which is a rebirth. It could also be a kind of saying, I'm living in this area in the world and I don't really like it. I don't like the people I'm with, don't like the weather I'm at and stuff like that. It's not where I'm originally from. It doesn't where I grow up. I don't feel at home. And that might be the tipping point because there's not a fair exchange between you and the community. It could be your fault, could be their fault. Who cares? It's in the past. But the thing is, it does have to have that fair exchange in order for this to happen. Let's see how these sort of two sides connect together. Nine of Pentacles. You're joking me? So basically, you do have every bit of resources in that page. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, you've got the King of Pentacles, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, you've got the Page of Pentacles. You've got the whole royal pack. And it's all backed up by Nine of Pentacles. On the spiritual side, looks like you're calling the shots. And it's all down to it. The generator of it is just love and fun. So that is going to cause, when we change places, when we move, obviously, or if we change job, there is a bit of a heartache. And the heartache could be as little as, I feel I didn't do as successful as I could have done. And I think it's more of a case of, don't be harsh on yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself, Leo. That's what it looks like. So at the beginning of the week, it's that desire to starting that journey. That's connecting to the Three of Wands over there because you've got the Two of Wands. You're planning it out. That might be happening, on Monday, a Sunday and Monday. And it's asking you to go on. Let's just see how that connects that inner being to your outer being with the Devil. So the light bearer. So it's sort of be your own light. Be your own, be your own devil. So know your addictions, know your imperfections. And within those imperfections, you can then sort of build on something that can be a little bit more harmonious and with yourselves, your good selves. Let's just see that's going on here with this one here. So there is going to be movement. This is for coming in for the following week. What is following through into the following week? That's come up on everybody's reading so far as well, and in this position as well. So I think that comes on with there where you've got to make, at some point you've got no choice. A decision has to have been made, and you've got to start on that journey one way or another with any of those scenarios that I suggested. So if you do, yes, change does cause angst. And Leo, you don't particularly like change. You like things very stable, continuous and everything like that. And that may be causing that angsty bit of going on that journey. It's not a leap of faith though. So it's all very well calculated in advance. It should be pretty straightforward. And I would just trust your inner voice, your inner being, your inner emotions really for that sort of side. Okay, Leo? So there you go. That's been your reading for the 13th to the 7th. I hope you do enjoyed it. If you want to discover anything more about the Astroflower, the petal structure, the elements and the qualities, anything from our books as well, and our sister channel, Cymatic TV, go into the description. There's loads of links in the descriptions. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so then you get the notifications for all future readings that we do on this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, it should be fun. So please do enjoy.